All right, what's up, guys? We're back in Macau again, this time playing against Monte Carlo. Macau, of course, Auman in Chinese, is that little island not too far away from Hong Kong that was once the Portuguese outpost, I believe. And still has a lot of Portuguese influence. Monte Carlo, the name, of course, reflects that. This should be, for us, probably a pretty easy win, I'm guessing, but we'll see what happens. It's an away match, and away matches are never quite as easy as you would like them to be. So let's see what we can do. We do have Menegong out of the side. I decided to do at least a little bit of rotation here. So we'll see if we end up regretting that or not. Here's Ndaye over to Silla. Silla up to Nene. Nene is back on the pitch again, and that ball unfortunately ends up being nowhere near the goal. So we have to wait a little bit here and see if we can get something going. Nobody's here at this match. This is a small stadium, as you can see, and there's just nobody in attendance. Here's Jen Jiaoan, and that is a goal for him. So Jen Jiaoan gets his first goal, 25 yards out. Welcome to the club. Chen Jiaoan bends his one in so nicely. We knew when he came over to the club, when we saw him, we knew that we had to sign this guy. And we knew that he was going to be good, and that's how good he is. And I think he's only 18, so he might be here for a while. And there he is with an interception to Huang Guanda to Zhou Hongyi. This is forward, and we were looking for Nene, I think it was, and he decided to sort of give up on it. Zhou Hongyi goes back and wins this one over Yu Yu Wei. Zhou Hongyi, as you'll recall, I thought seriously about just getting rid of, and then in the end have decided not to. So he ended up looking better than some of the other potential replacements we had. And Dai now to Silla to Wang Xiangwei. Wang Xiangwei in place of Menegong today. Wang Xiangwei back to Yu Yu Wei. Yu Yu Wei with it up to Zai Yuting. Zai Yuting forward and looks for Silla. That's not a very good pass. Silla does get to it, though, and it's Huang Guanda with his first goal. I'm sorry, that's his 7th goal for us. It's Hong Guanda. There's the new one. Huang Guanda gets number 7 of the season for us, and it's 2-0 Mars FC. This was not a very good ball forward for Silla, and he did a good job with it anyway, just barely getting to it before it hit the line. And then Huang Guanda had 2 guys around him and still managed to score the goal with the head. So it's 2-0 for Mars FC, and we have another highlight right away. How about that? I mean, this was supposed to be a close match, and maybe it will become a close match here as we move along, but we have definitely made it not a close one. Huang Guanda back to Nene. Nene has rounded the keeper and scores, so that is 3-0 for Mars FC, unless he's offside. Yep, it's 3-0. He is onside, and that's, 21-22 in the season? I didn't quite catch that. But Nene, who's coming back from injury, shows that he's happy to be back with us. This is a really good job rounding the keeper. And, I mean, 4 guys chasing after him, he scores anyway. And so we get 2 goals in less than 2 minutes, and it's 3-0 for Mars FC. Here's Jen Jiaoan trying to bend another one in, and he comes so close to doing it. Man, he's good. Jen Jiaoan kicks this one back over, and we're happy to have him on our side, and I think that we have a very, very good and positive future with him. Zai Yuting with it over to Yu Yu Wei. Back to Zai Yuting. We'll just sort of cool it off a little bit. Silla over to Wang Xiangwei. And there's the cross back to Silla, whose shot, unfortunately, is a little bit high. Silla, not quite the same offensive threat that some of these other guys are, but it's okay. He's okay. If he just wants to pass, it's perfectly fine. But we'll keep him, of course, as a shadow striker. I've thought about changing rules for him, but I like the flexibility of being able to take these guys and kind of move them from one to the next at a whim without having a huge difference. So that's the reason why we do what we do. Unfortunately, our attack there ends up spurting out, and nothing comes of it, and we intercept in the back as always. Chen Chengji over to Ndaye down to Silla. Silla forward. Huang Guanda is going to be another goal. No, it's deflected at the end as Huang Guanda was trying to get a good clean shot off, so it's out for a corner instead. Yeah, we have the momentum, definitely. No question about that. Silla knocks this up forward, looking for Zhou Hongyi. It's knocked out for another corner. No, I'm sorry. It's out for a goal kick. So maybe it did hit Zhou Hongyi's head, and I just didn't quite see it. I thought for sure right here that we were going to score this, that this was going to be a goal. I mean, this looked like a sure thing. And then the defender unfortunately catches up with Huang Guanda, who took a little bit too long trying to get that ball under control. And Nene has gotten himself sent off. That was ridiculous. What was that? Why did he do that? That's ridiculous. There's not even a need for that. So, we're going to go ahead and go without any changes here. There we go. Hit cancel. That's what we have to do. We're not going to make any changes. We'll just go forward and hope that they don't score 4 goals. That was ridiculous. There's no need for him to do that. I guess he's a little bit over exuberant now he's back on the team, but that was not called for at all. And he's probably going to see himself sitting out for a couple of matches. That might actually make a difference. We'll see, though. Silla down to Wang Xiangwei. I mean, that's our leading scorer doing that sort of two-footed tackle. Huang Guangdou gets ahead on it, and it's saved by their keeper, unfortunately. And now we go to start the second half. 3-0, we have the lead, but what was up with that? That was a ridiculous tackle. And he seems confused and demotivated that I'm upset with him for getting sent off early. Like, well, what was that? Why did he do that? I mean, it's just this ridiculous. It's one of the stupidest things I've seen anybody do on Football Manager, right? Why? What was the point in going in with 2 feet on a hopeless defender? You know, I mean, there's no reason to do that. We're up by 3 goals. Just let them have the ball. It's okay. It'll be fine. I don't know. Whatever. He seems confused and demotivated, and whatever. He seems anxious. Yeah, I mean, I would be anxious too if I had my coach yelling at me saying, "Why did you get sent off, you moron?" So, I don't know. We'll see what happens. 70 minutes into this match, we got 20 minutes left. Cai Yuting with it over to Yu Wei, on to Wang Xiangwei. Back to Yu Wei over to Ndaye, Wang Xiangwei. Back to Yu Wei, looking good. And this is going to end up back to Cai Yuting over to Ndaye, back to Yu Wei. So not really much to talk about here. We're kind of holding the ball in our own half. Yu Wei with it again. Over to Wang Xiangwei. We have not been able to break this. I'm not sure. This high block, is that what we're up against? Wang Xiangwei with it now to Ndaye. This looks better. Chen Chengju, and he sort of wasted. I mean, I don't know. That was kind of a waste after all the buildup, right? To have it end like that. Wang Xiangwei with that. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if we ended up with 70% of the possession of this match, the way that we're just dominating it. They look like they're just not interested in challenging for the ball. Here's Wang Xiangwei again, and he tries to lob the keeper. That should have been out for a corner. I'm surprised that they say that ball stayed over the line. It looked like it had crossed the line, and I mean, I don't know. Maybe they have a different angle on it or something like that, but I would have said pretty clearly that looked like that was a corner for us. And Lai Bolun's able to grab this before there's any real challenge to our goal. So it remains 3-0. And perhaps they're finally getting some sort of momentum. At least they have the ball, which is different than what we've seen most of the match. But then we get it back right away, and we have a counterattack. Huang Guangdou, nobody around him, and I'm not sure who he's trying to cross that to because there's nobody there. Cai Yuting, it looks like they only have 9 players the way that we're dominating this here, right? I mean, we have 10, and yet we're still able to get the ball everywhere in midfield. Every single loose ball ends up belonging to us. I mean, it's kind of bizarre. Oh, here's Wellington, and that's going to be a goal. So Rodrigo Wellington ends up scoring for them, and now it's 3-1. So that was a big highlight, and all this build-up just to show a single ball forward, a header, and then a goal blasted through. Lai Bolun probably should do a better job, but it's hard to say. It's hard to know what to do with that and how to correct that. We tend to give up goals like that pretty frequently at this level. Now we're in trouble, and Ndaye does not win the header. Let's see if we can get in front of this before the shot comes in. And now that's up and over the top. They say that would have been one of the goals of the season. Probably not. I'm not sure he's going to score from that angle. Not at this level. Here is Silla with the corner. It's forward for Cai Yuting, and his header once again is high and wide. So Cai Yuting's having a hard time trying to get that header down. He does a good job winning this, though, despite the other player looks like he actually jumped higher than Cai Yuting. But it does a good job in the end. Silla now with it. Over looking for Huang Guangdou and can't quite find him. So still having problems trying to get the connection just right. Cai Yuting wins this in the back over to Yu Wei. Yu Wei lumps this forward looking for nobody. I'm not sure what that was. So this is also what happens. I mean, Yu Wei's been around for he's been around this full season, right? But this is one of those things that happens where Silla almost gets sent off too. It's one of those things that happens where the cohesion is not quite there yet, and we're still having some problems with cohesion, especially with some of these players who haven't been playing that long. Ndaye over to Wang Xiangwei. Back to Yu Wei, over to Ndaye, down to Chen Chengju. and he takes a shot from range, and that almost goes in. That was almost tipped in, actually, by their keeper. And he's fortunate that was tipped off to the side. We did get a corner out of that, but apparently it wasn't worth watching. And we win this ball again in midfield over to Huangguan Chen Zhao who's a real star today, over to Zhou Hongyi. Zhou Hongyi just gives up possession, but it doesn't really matter. Cai Yiting winds up with it again, and it's a lump forward for Wang Xiangwei. And that's the end. So there you have it. We win this one 3-1. 1.79 the XG, 54% of possession. Not as good as I thought. They had 2 shots on target, and they scored 1 goal. So we do have that problem. I tell you, Lai Bolun probably should not remain our goalkeeper. He's become worse as time has gone on, but we're paying him money. That's the reason why he's still playing. There you have it. I'll talk to you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.